Okay, I had to take my gas tank off to get to some other parts, but found out that it was missing this hose at the top, so I'm going to go over that with you. To get that gas tank out, of course you want to empty it, but there's 4 10mm screws, and actually it goes this way. So you got one there, one there, one there, and then one up here. You loosen those, and then this can be jiggled out. You don't have to take the engine cover off. You can see my engine cover is still in there. Once you get that out, then take the gas cap loose, and you can kind of pry this black plastic up a little bit, and then you'll be able to pull this whole thing out. So when I got this out, I noticed that this hose was cut off, and so it goes to the air box or air filter. So that means I'm going to have to take this engine cover off. Now, I'm not sure how this comes off, but I know there's a bolt there, and there's a couple in the back. There's one, and then a few on the other side, and a couple up front here. Looks like most of them are 10s, except this one. Not sure what this one is. Okay, the rest of the side bolts and back bolts were 8mm. So here we've got the air box. Okay, I found the hose. It's that one right there, and it comes down here. And I probably could just cut the end and put it on there, but the whole thing seems brittle. So I'll probably see if I can get a new one. Okay, I finally found some replacement hose for this tube for the gas tank. It's 3/16, and it's good for gasoline vapors. So I had to go to about 3 stores. I finally got it at a lawnmower shop. But what I'm going to do is just unhook this right here, and I'm just going to unthread this from all the hooks and put the good one in there. I'm going to also put this cover that's on this one on the other one too, the heat shield. Okay, I'm not sure what this is, but I just pulled the hoses off both sides, and I'll connect it to that. Okay, I've got it attached and through here, and now I just have to hook this other end up when I get the gas tank on. Ooh, that old hose was really rotten. It was broken in several places. Okay, while I got the gas tank off, I'm just going to replace the hoses. It's just 1/4-inch hose. You don't need high pressure. I went to O'Reilly's. All they had was the 50 psi, so that'll work for me. I like to put a little silicone grease right here, and if you don't have that, you can use Vaseline, and a little bit inside the hose. It just helps the hose come off a little bit easier next time, and actually protects the rubber. Okay, while I'm in here, I'm going to replace this gas line here too. That seems really old. You'll need a total of about 21 inches of 1/4-inch fuel line if you want to do from the tank also, and a good time to put in a shut-off valve if you haven't already done. Okay, the hose that was connected to that nipple was a little bit harder to get off. Between this tool moving the clamp the way I needed it to be, and this tool grabbing it, I was able to get it off, squeeze the clamp, and pull the hose off. It's real dry. I'll put some silicone grease on there, and I'll install the new hose the same way. Okay, be sure to get that hose pushed up all the way. That nipple's not very long. Okay, it just comes out the bottom here and goes over. It's gonna go over into there, replace that hose. Okay, so it goes on this one right here. Okay, this one is a lot easier to put on if you have the cover off, because it takes a real tight bend. Okay, I put it on. I cut this about a half an inch longer. I'm glad I did because the hose was really stiff. Okay, I'm getting ready to put the gas tank in, and I forgot to tell you, I did pull the oil dipstick, so I'm going to pull that out again. Well, I forgot, I need to put the engine cover on first. These two front ones are going into plastic, so it would be good to put silicone grease on those for sure. Don't forget to put this back on, this brace, and put all 4 bolts in the back before you tighten them, so you can position them easily. Okay, I put a lot of silicone grease around that grommet because it was so dried out, and that silicone grease may after time soften it up a little bit, but that part's pretty expensive. And because it was so dry, you know, it could have had tiny air leaks, but the silicone is used in a lot of applications to seal, so that should seal any air pockets around that dry gasket. And then also between the top piece and the bottom piece, I put that silicone grease, so it should be good to go. I did also tape this. I made this a little longer than the original, and I taped it off to the side because it was coming down in this little corner here, and that's one place where it wore. So hopefully that won't happen again. Okay, I switched out these bolts for the gas tank. I bought ones with the screw head in them so that they'd be easier to get to. The socket's kind of hard to get on, a couple of them. They're a little bit longer, but they should work. If you look real close at them, they are the self-leveling. I mean the self-tapping. I'll send you the description of it. I just got it at the hardware store down the street. Okay, on the bottom too, you can just put your ratcheting wrench in like that, and that'll get those two. And then the top, just use a screwdriver if you've got the new bolts. Okay, the gas tank's back in. Got the fresh air line right here, and this thing should run a little bit better and cleaner. I did end up putting this engine cover on first before I put the gas tank back in.